Right, so today's mission is a relatively simple one, but there's a lot of stages to it. As you can see, my fork seals are nastily leaking, and they have been for quite some time. Now, I have tried cleaning them out and making sure the dirt was free, and this one just is still dripping out. For the MOT, I've just cleaned it up and she went through, but I've got to get it done today. I've looked all over YouTube. I can't find any guides on any sort of Lexmotos or Sinis or anything sort of related, so I'm just going to go on the idea that it's just a generic shock. So first off, I've got to get the headlight out of the way, get the wheel off, get the mudguard off, get the brake caliper off, basically get it stripped down. So let's fast forward that bit and I'll get you there. And there we go. That's one fork off the bike. This one's the one that's okay, so I think I'll do this one next. Let's put that to one side. The other one should come down now. There we go. Point to note, 17mm on the top there. I did loosen him when it was still all attached up there, because there's no way you're going to be able to hold that and undo it unless you stick it in a vise, and you've got a risk of scratching this up. Alright, let's get to the fun stuff. There's one little, whatever you can see down there, there's a little, what one are you? There. One little Allen key bolt in there. Crack that loose, drain whatever fluid's left in here out, and see where we're going from there. Okay, that comes apart a lot easier than I was expecting. There you go. So there's the oil that came out. Of the one that was leaking, I should have 160 millilitres, so that's 150 there, 175, so about there, less than half of it. Look how disgusting that is, look. That is wrecked. But here's the thing. Oh, still more coming out of this. Gross. Let's get some more in there. There you go. There's more coming out of it. The thing is, I was expecting this to be a fight to get apart. But it turns out there's no sort of bottom bushing or mount, it's only held together by its lower control. So that makes life quite easy. No seal driver is going to be needed. The only thing thing is, in there somewhere is one of those which goes pointy side up. So the next question is, how do we get voice out? Dust seal should come out quite simply. Get a little pick in there and start working around that. That's disgusting. So, right, let's find a pick. One dust seal. It's pretty good condition still. Right. Let me clean this up so you can see it better. Right. There you go. As you can see, in there is just a little circlet. Pop him out. Then we've got to try and remove the seal and swap it over. Let's see how that comes out. Get a little pick in there. Oh, comes out easy. Bit of dirt in that. All I'm doing is I'm slowly working my way around like that, leaving not against the body, but just on the sill. Get a little grip, and it's slowly but surely coming up. There you go. One seal out. As you see, I've just got to clean up all in there. There's the seal. So no seal driver required on this, just a big socket to knock the new one back in. I haven't got to go around the stanchion tube. I can put that in first, then put the stanchion tube in. I haven't got to worry about, on other bikes, when you refit the seal and you run it down the stanchion tube and you go up against all the grime and crap that's all on there, you wreck the seal, so you've got to try and protect it. On this, it is just a case of ramming a new seal in. I could have left the stanchion tube in place, evidently. I'm going to give this all a good clean. Give the stanchion tube a good clean and a good polish up, and we'll go from there. Right, so I'm back. I've got stanchion tube all cleaned up. I've got tons of pitting on here, but I'm not worried about that. That doesn't bother me. Got it all clean, because there were some parts there, you know, you can't polish when it's in the bike because it's all buried behind things. So it all looks quite better. The main part of the stanchion tube where the suspension actually operates is fine though, so I haven't really got to worry about the seal dying again. So we'll get this all put back together and then we'll go from there. Spring feels good. Alright, so first thing first, let's get the seal pressed into there. So a little dollop of fresh fork oil. I'll just help it out. There's my two new seals. Dribble on the glove, just to help ease that in a bit. I don't want a lot on there because I don't want to cause a mess. Right, so one new seal. It's got an up and a down, and when I took it out it was that way, so have a look as it comes out which way it was, but it just drops down into there. Get it started most of the way, and a good, what's that, 1 1/4 inch socket. It's just the right size. It's going straight. Nearly there. There you go. So that's down far enough just to get the clip in. I reckon that's it. And one circlet goes in. I'll just get it squeeze like that. Press it down, clip, and you can see that. There you go. There you go. So that's all clipped in. I'm just going to put the dust seal in now because I can. These just literally press on. Next up, we've got this and this. That little locator there goes like that. I reckon the easy way to do this is just going to be upside down. Nice and gently. Gently. I don't want to force it because there's a step there once it's on it. So. There we go. Little couple of turns and the bolt lines up in the hole. There is a copper washer in there. Shall I replace? I don't think I've got a replacement for that anyway. But either way, that bolt just goes in back where it came from. Doesn't have to be too tight. That'll do. There's my cloth. Let's get it filled up. We know how much it takes. 160 millilitres. It says on the, because you've got the My Lexmoto website, gives you all the details of clearances and stuff. You go on My Lexmoto and you register your bike, and it gives you a lot of technical specs, user guides, that sort of thing. So this is going to be interesting because as you undo this, you've got spring tension, and I can get most of the weight, get a socket over it. Right, so we're going to get that now refilled with oil. This is under spring tension, so as soon as I do that, and I have no idea how long it is, some are just a little bit longer, some are up here, some aren't even under any tension. Because I can't find anybody that's taken one apart yet, I don't know, so let's find out. Got my hand over it to hold it down, hold it under pressure. God, I don't know how long these threads are. Oh, there we go. That wasn't so bad. Let's have a look, let's investigate. Got one spacer and then the spring. That's all right then. So there we go. That's how much oil should have been in there. You saw how it was before. So now the fun job of gently pouring this in here. Bubbles coming through. There we go, now I can feel the resistance. Clamp down, put the spacer tube back on. Oh, still looks good. And there we go, one Reinstalling tube. A lot easier than it looks actually. If you don't bother taking it out of there, makes it a bit difficult filling it up. But if you wanted to rush the job, just pull it off, put it in, refill the tube, then you can. So there's those Marks there. Slot this up. Nice and level. And then hold that in place. There. Wonderful. Right, I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. That should be exactly the same as this one, and I'll come back. Right, I'm back. So the other shock's all back on now, we'll put that together. Torque these all back down. So now it's just a case of putting it back together. So I've got to throw the wheel back on, give the mudguard a clean, put the mudguard back on, and give it a test. There we go, that's it. All back together, back on the road, good as new. I have changed the angle of the mudguard because you can set it to lower at the front. Like that, I've got it off and clean up the bolt holes. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.